I just want to thank everybody for coming out to the second taping of the Jody Coleman Show. This is still actually history, so y'all part of history and changing the views of Dayton. Like I said, before I even want to get started, I want to thank God first, because without God, this would not be possible. I also want to thank the Alist staff. They've been doing a wonderful job. Also, I want to thank the Jody Coleman staff, the volunteers that came along, that helped us out. And then, most of all, I want to thank you guys for coming out and joining in this joyous occasion. So give yourself a round of applause. So now that we got you here, y'all probably wondering what the show is about and who I am. I'm Jody Coleman, your host. So tell you a little bit about the show, how the show came about. We're here to uplift the city of Dayton, doing different things in the city of Dayton in a positive manner. We're trying to just change the whole aspect of what's going on in the city of Dayton. So we got a few people that come on to tell you that we have positive things in Dayton. So they're going to come on and tell their story that you may not know. Like I said, we kind of pressed for time because of the time issue, so we're going to go on and get ready for the first guest. But before we get to the first guest, I'm going to let you know who we have tonight. We have the owners of the club, Dame, Alist Dash, Demetrius Wright. We also have a head coach from Thurgood Marshall, Earl White. We have a Where Are They Now piece with former players that I love this piece because it's good for them to come back into the city. We have Andy McCullen. We also have, for our entertainment section of the piece, we have Brave Nate Smith. And then we also have Dr. Kiana Jackson. So we have gift card giveaways and things of that nature, but I don't want to seem like I'm rushing or anything or seem like I'm talking too fast. I want y'all to understand what we're trying to do here. So, but since we did start a little late and I don't want to keep y'all past y'all time, I know y'all only came from 6 to 8. I don't want y'all to pass y'all time. I know y'all time is valuable, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go into this first guest. Well, I'm sorry, before we get to the first guest, I have some questions on the table about things that's happening in the city. So if y'all kind of want to elaborate on some of the things that's going on in the city and give y'all opinion, because we are the people that's going to make the change in the city. So my first question is, number one, if y'all checking on your papers. There has been a lot of complaining about the city, and rightfully so, for what's wrong with the city. But I want to know, whose responsibility is it to make that change in the city? We put a lot of emphasis on everybody else, but whose responsibility is it for that change in the city? So the question I have is, whose responsibility is it? If anybody want to go ahead and ask, we'll bring them. Well, we don't have a mic, sorry. Or you can go ahead and stand up and you say what you want to say, if y'all have anything. Who was that? Well, since nobody, I'm going to go ahead and tell you whose responsibility it is. It's our responsibility as a community to get out here and be parents to our kids, stop dropping our kids off at games and think we got a 3-hour babysitter. We also need to be more involved in our kids' life. We need to be more responsible on, like, we had the Salem Mall, we tore that up, so it's really us. We have to take that responsibility amongst ourselves. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce our next guest, or our first guest. He is a Meadowdale High School grad, where he broke many records at Meadowdale. He was a high school grad, also in football and basketball. He went on to play his collegiate career at Tennessee University. He also went on to the next level to play NFL football with he was drafted by the New Orleans Saints. He also played with the Arizona Cardinals and the Tennessee Titans. He went on from there to play World League football, where he was the MVP for the Frankfurt Galaxy. Now he's currently playing in arena football at this time. So without further ado, I want to bring to my first guest, Andy McCullen. Give him a round of applause. And once again, he gets his Keep It Dayton t-shirt, right here.
Right on.
How you doing, Andy?
Doing good, man.
Good. Well, like I said, I brought you on this show because who you are in the community, things that you've done, different accomplishments that you had in the community and with your collegiate and your professional career. I kind of want to let the people know who you are and what kind of business things that you got going on with the city, and why'd you come back to the city to help out?
Okay, well, first, growing up, you know, my parents always taught me to think outside the box and dare to be different. And so, you know, I wanted to get back. I hadn't been home in a long time. You know, I got some properties here, but